Today we're here to look at a shooting position which again is something you're going to see fairly often in IPSC shooting. Shooting in the prone position. This could be necessary because of a low barricade or perhaps because the targets are such long distance that you'll choose to go prone for stability and hold purposes. There really are three techniques you can utilize in shooting in the prone position. The first is perhaps the most comfortable, but it does not yield the best recoil control. In this position, you really shoot the gun with both elbows on the floor, but the gun propped up in the air. Now this feels very comfortable, it gives you a good sighting picture, but surprisingly bad recoil control. If I fire a few rounds in this position, watch how the gun moves in recoil. While it is comfortable, recoil is no good. Plus, transitions between targets are somewhat more difficult to do because shifting your elbow becomes necessary. Another option, especially with an open gun, where you can use long magazines, is to support the gun on the floor and in fact to push down towards the floor. This will give spectacular recoil control, but it does make the aiming a little more difficult as the sights are much lower. It's important you check that your magazine does not jam the slide in the gun, and if it does, you may have to make some modifications. Firing a few rounds in this position yields much better recoil control. Check this out. Getting behind the gun and aiming becomes more difficult, but recoil control is good. The third option, which is the most difficult to execute, but it does give you the biggest range of motion and surprisingly good recoil control, is to fire with both your elbows and the gun off the floor. You'll have to have a wide base with your legs to get a good support. Elbows off the floor and the gun off the floor, the least comfortable position, but one which gives good transition, like so. You get a good range of motion and good recoil control, but if you need any accuracy, you'll find that the hold deteriorates. So these are the options in shooting in the prone position.